doing this, there are a few things that I really need as a photographer to sort of make things efficient for work, and here they are. Number one for me is, and this just depends on exactly what you do as a photographer. I do a lot of sort of like bulk work, so whether it's e-com or I do the odd wedding here and there, family shoots, and I do a lot of business to business, so like restaurants and things like that. So I deliver quite a few images through the week, and we're talking normally hundreds and hundreds of gigs, and plus with video now. So the big thing for me is broadband. And yeah, I've got loads of kids as well, so they're all on it. But the main thing for me is the upload speed. And that is always been the biggest bane of my life. Even when I was just doing photos and I would go through a time period of like shrinking down files as much as I could, and it was just a headache. But now with the advent of fiber to the premises, and I know in some areas, you know, people are still struggling or they've got airband and stuff, and it's just shocking. I'm fortunate enough to have B fiber, and I've since moving, I was on 900 up and down, and now they've got a new package, so I'm on the 2.3 gigabytes up and down, which is really, really like mental overkill. But I can do things like now I would do a shoot at, say, Hambao, do the burgers, do the video, and the video would be uploading anywhere between 100 to 200 gig. And it will take like about 30 minutes to upload, if that. So anything like a gig, especially depending on like the file size and stuff, it would upload like in less than like 10 seconds a gig would if it was just photos. So that is number one, broadband. It is a massive upsell. And as a business which uploads quite a lot of work, it would be the sort of the biggest selling point for me, is if there was something I wanted to upgrade or have or invest more money than I would normally. So having a slow broadband upload or download speed even is like a bit of a deal breaker for me. So I'd rather spend the cash. And just out of curiosity, it is £50 a month, and that's with a static IP. No, tell a lie, £54 a month with a static IP, which I think is really good value. And the one beforehand, 900 up and down, was only £28 because I had it discounted. So that's my number one. The second one is the computer. It is a bit fancy. I do a bit of gaming, not much to be honest, because I'm too busy these days with family life and stuff. But I did spend a bit of money. It's about a year or a year and a half old now. So I spent about £4,500 from Scan, which are absolutely brilliant as far as I'm concerned with their customer service. It's a 13900K, 64 gig of RAM, 3 hard drives, one M2 SSD and an HD. The screen was separate, 32 inch. It's a gaming screen, but obviously, as I've always stated with monitors, the calibration on it, they're all pretty much the same, you know. So the color rendition and stuff, but there's no clients ever telling me the colors are wrong anyway. So that was a bit of an outspend. So it is a gaming PC, but it also utilizes obviously having slightly more RAM and all the hard disks. So I've got dark storage, and also I've got quick access drives, so current projects and things like that. And again, it makes a massive difference. I'm uploading lots of work and I am exporting lots on Lightroom. So a good quick hard drive does make a bit of difference, and I'm all about being efficient and getting that work out there ASAP. And the third and final thing, which is, oh, how should I put it, is one of the biggest things for me was getting a good quality camera bag. As sad as it sounds, I need to fit my medium format in there with the 3 lenses, my R5 with its 2 lenses, triggers, any sort of like excess cards, that sort of thing. So I think I've got, I can't remember, it's a Low Pro 400 or something like that. So yeah, it's got plenty of space, can fit everything in comfortably. And I think it cost about £250, I think, from memory. And I had a low pro before, which I had for 13 or 12 or 13 years. And I don't think any of it was broken. It was just wearing out anything I wore underneath it. So if I had a t-shirt on, any logos on the back or tops, they would just burn off because of the low pro, because it's that, you know, good quality. And so I think like it's investing in that, because obviously you do look at rucksacks and you think, I'm not spending 300 or 500 pound, but in actual fact, the better quality, like the inserts, the build quality, everything. There are other brands, obviously. It's paramount. You know, you've got thousands of pounds worth of kit, possibly, or maybe slightly less, but it doesn't matter. You do not want to put that bag down or it get kicked or rolled over or fall off a table and something break inside. So those are the three things that I don't think you should skimp on when you're doing work. Now, yes, camera bodies and camera lenses are important. Memory cards are important. Understanding how to shoot are important. But these are to do with the accessories that you need. And I think that these can make your life a lot simpler. You do not have to have a £4,500 PC by any stretch of the imagination, or a really fancy Mac, because most will do what you need if you're just doing a handful of images here and there, or if you're just doing single images. But if you have the money and what you can spend at the time, spend that and future-proof the work. It will only benefit you. And once you've bought into, you know, it's just like having a camera body. Once you bought into that, a bit like my medium format, there's quite a big outlay. But once you're in that ecosystem, upgrading or part Xing bits to get new versions of the lens or things like that, they're less expensive then. That's it. I hope it's been informative for you, and make sure you subscribe. There's my little call to action, because you've got to subscribe, and check my affiliate links below, and I will be back on tomorrow, and I will see you then.